Welcome back to another episode of Raw and Authentic. This is episode 7, and in studio today we have a very awkward creative, as he says himself. We have Miles in studio today, and he'll be telling us about his creative journey of being an IT professional and then deciding passion rules the heart. Hi, Miles. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Are you glad that I stole you from your holiday?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Well, welcome to Raw and Authentic. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, no, thank you for pressuring me to be here.
I'm not a bully. Obviously, the people on the other side of the camera have no idea who you are, apart from what they've seen it on. So tell us, in short, who is Miles?
I would say I'm a filmmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like to make movies, Christian movies specifically.
Yeah.
I mean, I do photography as well, and videography as a business, but I'm trying to go more into that direction of filmmaking.
Filmmaking as a whole. Okay, we'll touch back on that. I mean, a lot of people have probably seen you around town. You're not much of a smiler. Is that just a front? Is that just you being protective of Miles, or is it generally just one of those things where you need to get to know me?
Yeah. I'm just like, in general, I'm just like a very awkward person. So the frown actually helps with, without it being too much awkward. Yeah, so it's just like,
it helps you ease into the right situation.
Yeah. So it's like when you are smiling, not everybody's like a smiler. It's just like when you are smiling, the people will feel like think that you're a freak. And then they would have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
But if you are like this, having like this frown face, they will be like, okay.
They're cautious as well.
Yeah, they're cautious, and it's like, it helps.
It helps.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that, and there's photography. I know that you're a big Spider-Man fan.
Yeah.
How long has that been a thing?
It's been ever since I saw Tobey Maguire in the first Spider-Man movie.
The very first one, yeah.
Yes, so that's like I was hooked. That was actually my first superhero movie. Yeah, with any superhero.
Oh,
Spider-Man was there. I mean, there was those cartoons from
back in the day.
Superman, but still, like I was still young then. But for me to like really comprehend what a superhero is all about was Spider-Man was the person that I was introduced to.
What is it about that film that captivated you, that made you think, oh wow, this is a good example as a role model?
I think it's just the sacrificial nature of Peter Parker himself. Like, I mean, Spider-Man is just the persona, the embodiment of him being the sacrificial lamb, whatever.
It's the selflessness that he had displayed, and how he put his family and people around him first.
It's the fact that he's able to do that without any rewards. Even when they like shunned him, they went against him, and it's like he quit at some point, but it's like, I need to get back into it. They need me. It's like it's like he understood that the nation or the people don't really know what they need. They might think that they know what they want, but he's like, okay, I'm gonna give you what you guys need, which is Spider-Man. Yeah, so
that's nice. So let's get about food. Let's get around food. I know you might be a foodie. What is your go-to snack?
Look at me, always food.
I did not want to be the one to say it. You need to pimp on yourself.
Okay.
So let's talk about food. Go-to snack. I'm talking that it's busy back to back between shoots. What is your go-to snack?
Snacks. Okay, I'm not really much of a snacker, but I'm much more of an eater.
Like you'll do like a whole plate of food?
Yes, I will eat. I won't really snack much, but I will eat a lot.
So what's your go-to meal? What's the meal that makes a bad day a good one?
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Simple.
Yeah.
So if we were to be like, what is food that Miles can cook? You'd probably also say spaghetti and meatballs.
Okay, I like cooking, but I don't know how to make spaghetti and meatballs.
But it's your favorite
dish? I tried, but it was just a mess. I mean, I can do the rest of things, but just, I don't know why it's so difficult for me to make it.
For that specific thing.
Yeah. It's like, I like it so much because, it's a black thing maybe.
Yeah.
You know, because growing up you only get that in
And it's
Christmas
so full.
times. Yes. So like spaghetti and meatballs is
It's the thing. It's
it's
that
the
meal.
thing for me.
So it's probably also that meal that takes you home, that makes you think of
Yeah.
nostalgic memories.
No, Christmas time, you know.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Like
Okay.
back in the days, Christmas. Not this kind
Not
of
this
Christmas
kind of
where we
Christmas.
are paying. you
No,
know,
the one where your Christmas clothes actually came to you and it wasn't your money.
There we go. Yeah,
Okay,
that
cool.
one.
So what are like 3 things that you live by?
Oof.
That are your, like 3 things that you believe in, that you stand on, that you live by.
Okay, I think the first one will be Christ. Christ all the way, you know. I don't know, movies?
Movies, okay,
Such
cool.
a difficult question, this one. I will stand by the fact that movies are needed.
Yes.
Yeah, they are really needed in our society. And what's the third one? I don't know.
You don't know what the third thing is.
I don't know.
We'll pick it back to
Yeah.
that. I'm sure you can think about it as we go along.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And so photography, can you tell me a little bit about how you got into that?
I am IT technician by
What profession?
by
Interesting.
qualification, I would say.
Yes.
Right, yeah. So I did IT for about 6 years,
Uh-huh.
I think. Yeah, and then I quit the job in order for me to pursue.
Your passion.
Yeah, and then I think I actually quit the job. I just wanted to be independent. Really. I just
Yeah.
wanted to do my own thing. It doesn't really matter whether it's IT, you
Or
know.
something else.
Like, to be honest, photography or filmmaking was never in it.
It was never like on
No,
the
it
decks
was
for you?
never, yeah. But I always had the passion or the love for it.
Yeah.
Like I would take pictures. Still at work we had a camera, so I used to take pictures and whatnot. But it was never something like I'm gonna do it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was never in the plans.
Okay.
So when I left the job and then became my own
Independent
boss,
person.
yeah,
Mhm.
it was quite difficult but to start a business in that regard because everybody can do actually what you can do for
Yeah.
a much cheaper price.
Yes.
Because what we were doing was like Windows installation.
And it was back in the day, like everybody was kind of doing it.
Yes, everybody could
IT.
do that for for
Yes.
peanuts, you know. Like if you want to start a business in that regard, it's just like even just like being an IT technician back in the day. Even now, it's really difficult to get a job.
Yes.
So, but my cousin, actually the one from nearby Baba shop, he had a camera. I don't know where he got it from, and he's like, "Yo, try this, man." You know,
Might work out.
he might work out. And that was 2019 by the end. That was like
Okay.
before COVID. That's when I got my first photo shoot. It was a couple shoot, and then I did it. I don't even know how it came about. How they loved the photos for some reason.
And that was it.
And that was it.
That is how you were launched.
That's how we started it. Yeah, I had to pay bills. Like some-
Obviously.
Yeah.
So I know that basically 2020 is when a lot of it took off, like hitting the ground for you. I know that, Staying on the Lily was released in 2020. Was it 2020?
No, 2023. I think.
2023. But so tell us a little bit about how it went from photography into the videography. Was it easy or was it one of those things where you realized you have a passion for storytelling?
So I was doing photography. Yeah, and I was dabbling into videography here and there.
Okay.
Actually, the guy that actually pulled me into videography was Gino.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I was just like doing some music videos for him.
Okay.
Yeah, he had like a few songs that we had to do, and that's where I actually got to learn the whole.
Cinematography part.
Yeah, maybe more like videography, But
Yeah.
cinematography I've been learning it more before, which is weird, Where like doing this IT, you are sitting there in your office watching YouTube videos about
Learning
cinematography.
something.
Like, why am I even learning about this? I should be doing some, IT research or
Data
something.
stuff.
Yes, but yeah, and then we're doing a music video for Gino. I think I remember it was about the time gender-based violence is such a big deal.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're doing a music video for him. The music video is Animosity. It has a poetry piece at the end.
Okay, yeah.
I think he
I've
asked
seen that.
you,
Yes.
but then you were like,
we never got to work on it.
Yeah. So we're a friend of ours house. Her name is Yeltsin Johnson. You know,
I don't know.
she goes by Uhongora now.
Oh yes.
Yeah, she's a musician also.
Yes.
Yeah. So we were sitting there trying to find a way to portray this. It's about the rape, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like so she suggested that we have to, maybe tell the story from a perspective of a guy.
Yeah.
But it's a music video. It's like this short. You know what
So
I
how
mean?
do you-
Yeah. So symbolism went a long way.
Okay.
Yeah. So after that, I mean, I figured maybe a short film might
tell it better.
a bit more.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's when I went back and I wrote a script, a rough draft,
A rough draft.
and then
Yeah.
I sent it out to people. And then they read it, and then they gave me some input. I did some research, actually asking people that that has worked with victims
Yeah.
or survivors.
Survives.
I should say, yeah, from those kind of acts, and which is funny enough, there was no input from the guy's
Really?
perspective. Yeah, nobody has ever interviewed a rapist, right?
You might be onto something.
Yeah.
Right?
So the idea was to tell the story from the
A
guy's
rapist side.
Yes, not to victimize or
I know what
glorify
you mean.
him, but just to show that these are not just people, but these are our brothers, these are our sisters.
There's redemption somewhere in it.
Yes,
Maybe.
more like we are raising rapists.
Yes.
Then
Oh,
they
yes.
just don't come from nowhere. They come
True.
from So that was
That's
actually
deep.
the idea from the film perspective.
From this perspective.
Yeah, but also there should be also that redemption arc kind of.
Yeah.
It's a film.
Because I mean, sometimes redemption does happen for them as well.
Yes, because that's the thing. Is like I said, nobody has ever interviewed a rapist. And also there is no facilities for these people
To be rehabilitated.
to be rehabilitated, come back. Because when you come back, it's like what do you do to a caged animal? What does
True.
a cage? Yeah, they become the same person, maybe even more worse.
True.
So that was mostly the idea, to not glorify or victimize him, but also show the perspective that more like a warning.
Yeah.
Don't raise rapists.
Yes, because they are a part where parents or the society contribute to
Yes.
what kids end up being at the later stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Very
So that was the idea there.
Okay, so how was the reception? Because I know you guys traveled and showcased the film in a couple of towns within Namibia. How was the reception?
Okay, overall it was nice.
Yeah.
It was really nice to see people coming over to come watch the movie and whatnot. I mean, the first premiere was quite impressive.
Yeah? You're shocked?
Yeah. I think most people just came for the fact that, it's a
local, yes, it's a local
just
brand.
for support,
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And also, it's people they know, right?
Yes.
But what the aftermath was a bit very depressing for me. Because the amount of people, or ladies rather, that came
Out and shared their
it's
stories.
damn, this is messed up, man.
It's a serious thing.
Yeah, because I was not thinking that way. I was just just trying to make a movie, man. In that regard, but it turned out people that I know, ladies that I know that I hold dear,
All of that.
yeah, they will be like, no, I won't tell you the details, but all I can say, I can relate to. Damn, why are you relating to this?
Yeah,
So it's
Hectic.
and the fact that I don't know who are these people who did these things to
Yeah.
So it's it was the most nice.
But it was eye-opening for you as well.
Yes, very much so. Yeah. So it was. Yeah.
Do you think that as men, you tend to be oblivious of the fact that so many women encounter sexual abuse at the rate that women do? Outside of the fact that you now would like to do this. You guys kind of just live like this,
Yeah. I was shocked to see that the people that I know, it was so sad.
Yeah, because now you realize, oh my gosh.
I was so oblivious and I don't know, oblivious or ignorant.
I think it's probably oblivious because it's kind of like that thing where I would say Namibia has never been in the center of floods or stuff like that. So as a country and as people who live here, we know it happens, but we kind of just it's far.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of men live in that space
Yeah.
when it comes to the statistics
Yeah,
attached to
no.
what women go through in that aspect.
I won't deny that. I've been in that space where It's I think gender-based violence has been always the biggest problem in Namibia. One of the biggest,
one of the largest issues.
Yeah, we don't have any solutions to that. It seems like, and it's I've been aware to it, but and then it's like when it became close to home, it's
you realize the depth.
This is a serious matter, man.
Oh my word! Also, so I mean, as a creative, I feel like there's a part of our brain as creatives that normal people just will never understand.
Mm-hmm.
What is that thing that you've experienced growing up that has made being a creative both fun and challenging? If you think about it.
Okay. Can you repeat the question?
If you think of yourself as a creative, right?
Yeah.
As creatives, I know we've been called a lot of things because of the way our brains work,
yeah.
and how we interpret the word.
Mm-hmm.
What do you experience as a creative that has made your life both fun, but also like a little bit complicated because other people don't get it?
I would say maybe just questioning things.
Questioning things.
Yeah. I think I have been referred to as very argumentative, and very is like, don't listen to Miles, guys. That guy is crazy. Like my friends themselves, they have told me that, like, Miles, you are not okay. Yeah, so it's I mean, it's fun to dissect people where do you stand? Because there's this thing that I usually do, I don't think people really realize. So usually when you ask somebody how are you, they'll be like, yeah, no, I'm good. And it's like, you see again?
Yeah.
They're like, yo,
now you
what yeah, so she's like, the first I'm fine is not
the real one. It's just get on with the conversation.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that. But you can see like when somebody is not okay, they'll be like, I'm not okay. So what are you seeing something kind of,
Yeah.
So the questioning of things made people somewhat uncomfortable, but
it's just the way your brain works.
It's like synthetic for me to be enjoying that too much,
I think as a creative, you have a lot of energy span that goes on in your head.
Yeah.
And our ideas to be creative come from practically anything.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's why being inquisitive for you is then that thing, because you're always questioning things in the hope that somewhere you land your next creative idea.
Yes. Yeah. Like you get to learn to see people in a split second, Also, so the fact that I deal with non-actors, it also helps with somebody when you're like, are you sure? And you have like a hint of surprise and then shock, and then you'll be like, I really want to tell you, but I don't know you that well. But that expression, you can see it, and then you can try and teach to somebody that is now acting or learning to act. Yeah, and they'll be like, try this.
Yeah.
It helps with also that kind of technique.
So you wear like a lot of hats. You're a director when you need to be. You're a producer when you need to be.
I have to.
You have to be an acting coach on set.
Yeah.
Which of the hats do you think comes to you the easiest, or you would do if it wasn't for what you're currently doing?
Directing.
Directing, yeah.
Directing. I think I have a wrong idea of what a director is. Because I have the tendency of doing everything, like cinematography, booming, the audio, all those things. Especially for my last movie, I did that all by myself. I had to, because I don't know. I find it very insulting when somebody takes my work as a side hustle.
But I mean, brood is brood.
I get it, but when you take something as a side hustle, you won't really.
Oh, you mean it that way? If it's not your first passion, even though it's a side hustle,
I might as well just let it go. It's fine, because with passion, that's where innovation comes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you. Awesome. So if you could tell your younger self, I don't know which version of your younger self, if you could encourage them, what would you say?
Encourage them. Find Christ earlier.
No.
And leave everything else. Start doing movies.
Start doing movies. Since you.
I wish I started early.
Huh?
Yeah, I wish I started early.
But do you think your stories would have been as impactful then as they are now?
Yeah, well, no, really not.
No. Yeah. Because I think as we live, we tend to have more to say credible stuff to say the older we are because of the experiences we've had.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
So I don't think if you started earlier, your stories would have had as much impact as they do right now.
But at least get the technical aspect of things earlier.
I mean,
you know?
yes.
Yeah.
Nurture the passion earlier.
Yes, earlier. I mean, maybe still do IT, I guess, but
Something
learn
else.
more about earlier. Like 19, 20 years, start there, getting to know the technicalities, because that's one of the biggest problems that I have with the technicality.
Yeah,
because I have to come early on set and set up the lights. I mean, she understands, right?
Yes.
She has the whole idea of just
how to do it. But I guess that's what makes it perfect, because in our case, we've literally focused each on their passion and creative ability.
Yeah.
I know I'm not a technical person like that, but I know there's stuff that I can do. It just comes easy. So I get where you are with saying start earlier because of that. So I mean, your second film, tell us about that. You guys recently premiered it. How did that go? What is that about? I know.
That one, it's basically just a story about what Christian couples are supposed to be doing. Yeah, it's a dating, really. What dating is supposed to be like.
How clean it's supposed to be.
How clean it's supposed to be, like PG-13 kind of. I mean, in the movie we had almost kind of jokes that were almost leaning to the other side, but we still had to, keep it PG-13, and so that was basically just the whole a walkthrough kind of, but more in a romantic, comedy kind of way, where these two people, they meet, you see the spark, there's some conflict, there's some pushback and whatnot, but yet at the end of the day, that whole Hugh Grant kind of moment where he goes and make that big speech at the end. Yeah, we had all of that in the movie. So
that is actually so great.
Yeah.
So your aim was basically just to tell a story that even as Christians, the reality for us is that we do fall in love and we do have our challenges in a Christian relationship and all of that. And I think it's a good thing to portray, because the youth tend to look and consume, and what's consumable out there isn't so clean and isn't so friendly.
Yes, yeah, because I think in the movie itself we had to not just limit, but to show what exactly is supposed to be the whole having a chaperone, the whole lust. We portray that as well. It's a big
challenge.
Between two. There's even a line in the movie. I think I got it from a meme back in the day that said, "Nobody gets married faster than two horny Christians."
Okay, drag us, sir. Drag us, clearly.
Yeah, so I think that line is the main drive of the movie, I would say.
Okay, the theme.
Yeah, because the idea of a lot, I think when I was doing research about this, I asked a lot of pastors, what is the biggest thing that
they've encountered counseling couples?
Also the thing that broke them, really. They would say sex, not finance. Sex before marriage, you usually be like, nah, I'm good.
True.
So that was the biggest thing that we had to address in the movie.
Awesome. Yeah. So in your maturity and your growth, walking with Christ, what has been the highlight of it?
The highlight.
What has been your highlight of walking with Christ?
Yeah. I think it's the endless knowledge that he has, man. Like you think you know him, and then the next moment he shows you with something new.
Yes.
And you
realize.
He is truly infinite.
Yes.
I think that's I would say that's the highlight.
The highlight.
Yeah.
It's the thing that keeps you excited.
Yes, there's always something new to learn about this man. It's beautiful.
That's amazing, man. Well, it's been lovely chatting to you. Something we do at the end of our questionnaire, as we call it, is just to ask, as impactful as you've been, I know that in the past you've done media seminar, 3-day media seminars. I don't know why you stopped. I think it's still very impactful.
How about
I'm a good researcher.
okay,
I'm a good researcher.
well, that's really good. Okay.
So, what was the idea behind hosting the 3-day media seminar, and is it something that we can look forward to you bringing back?
Okay, just like this interview, I was actually roped into it.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So the thing about that seminar specifically, so there's a friend of mine that had this group of, he has, like, I think it says company.
Yeah.
They called it Next Gen.
Mm-hmm.
So like a group of young people from Rehoboth.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Okay, yeah. So they had like they wanted me to like just teach the young people about media.
A skill.
A skill, not just like media itself, also like filmmaking, acting, and all those kinds of things. Like just maybe just to nurture, like, you know, to just spark something in their mind, like you can do this also, kind of idea. So we did that in over 3 days, which is not enough, but yeah.
It was the start of something.
It was a start of, maybe not yet, but I haven't really. The thing about me, about something that like this, if you don't really push me to do it, I won't do it.
Except if it's making a movie.
Yes, that I, you know.
Nah.
Yeah, that I enjoy. You know, I enjoy doing that. You know.
I do believe we always have something to pour back into the community, so maybe you should give that a shot. And I don't know, mentor Stockholm youth into this media seminar.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I think, yeah, I would look into it. I would definitely look into it.
Okay, cool. That's good. Miles, what is something that you would like to be remembered for?
That I live for Christ.
No.
Yeah, I was just trying to find a nice way to say it. That just like everything, that my life, you know, is reflected for the most part Christ. You know,
Your artwork,
my
your
artwork, even just like me as a person. You know, like, you know,
what you put out into the
yeah,
world.
because my plan is not to be known that well, but when somebody sees my movie, be like, okay, that's, you know, Christ-like.
It's a reflection.
And then the people that are close to me, they'll be like, oh yeah, no, that guy was also, you know, Christ-like kind of. You know. I tried, but, you know, perfect, but, you know, that's what I want to be remembered for.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
No, Mike, it has been a pleasure having you here on Raw&Authentic. I
Thank
do
you
wish
for-
you the best for your upcoming projects. Can't wait to see what you put out. I know it's going to be amazing.
I hope so.
So yeah, I'm just wishing you all the good stuff for that, and keep on being impactful, man.
Oh, no.
Somebody's kid is watching.
Thank you. Yeah, but I would like to say thank you, man, for this.
No?
I would not have done it, but, you know, but thank you for, you know, pushing me to be here. It was quite nice, and I appreciate what you're doing with your YouTube channel.
Thank you,
I've seen
man.
every episode.
No?
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, creators need a voice too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us on another episode of Raw and Authentic.